My name is Kim Manana, a plus size influencer, adult content creator, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So a couple of days ago, I asked you guys on Instagram if there's any questions that you would like to ask me regarding me. So I took a couple of screenshots and this is what you guys asked me. If you're new here, please do not forget to click that subscribe button. It's free, no subscription. There are other things you can subscribe for though. Make sure that you click the link on my Instagram so that you can see other things that you can, subscribe to, but this is totally free. So the first question is, why haven't you linked up with any other busty African IG girl and made great content? The answer is I've tried. Like, I'll hit girls up on the DM, but a lot of the times the girls that I really fancy, they're not even from South Africa. Remember, I'm based in South Africa, and so obviously it would be a bit tricky for me to literally travel overseas just to shoot content with a bad bee like myself. So I do try to hit up girls in this area, and a lot of the times I just feel like girls seem intimidated. I'm sorry, I might be wrong, but I feel like girls are intimidated. And for me, how do I see that? At first glance, you agree, you show interest, and then when it's actually time to get down to business and meet up and shoot content, you start stepping away, you start making excuses, you start acting funny. For me, that screams insecurity. So I won't lie to you, I have tried to collab with some girls in this country, but it's just hard because I don't know if they're not hungry enough, or some girls feel comfortable collaborating with girls that are either not on their level in terms of beauty or below them so that they can feel better. I don't know. I'll make an example about the recent girl. Although she wasn't busty, but she was quite thick, and so I hit her up on Instagram. At first she thought I was American, and I was like, nah sis, I'm from here, like what's good. We even met up for lunch. Things were great. And then there came a time where it was actually time for us to actually finally meet up, book a hotel, and shoot content. And I kind of felt like she was playing mind games with me, like we've already met for lunch so that we can get to know each other. The next point from here is business, it's work. And so she didn't really follow through with that. Instead, it seemed as though she just wanted to keep things on a friendship level, inviting me for another date, and she was with another friend. And I was like, nah, I'm a businesswoman. I take my line of work seriously, and the reason why I take it seriously is because it's not necessarily something I've always aspired to do. It just so happened that COVID hit. All of a sudden I automatically became a breadwinner, and I had to do what I had to do. And so since I've sacrificed so much of my beliefs, of my morale to do this, if there's anything I'm going to do is to do it well. And so I don't like playing games, and I feel like a lot of girls, when I try to hit them up for business, it's not really as professional as, say, American girls. They meet up, there's a professional shoot, they promote it together and whatever. It's just a business, and of course if friendship is gonna ensue, it will, but bottom line, the reason we're in communication is to shoot. And I just feel like sometimes South African girls are not that hungry. Woo, that was a lot. Let me get your breather. Okay, cool. Question number 2. Do you actually enjoy being so busty? Yo, dude, I cannot explain to you how grateful I am for my babies. Like, I love my titties so much. Actually, they started growing when I was in high school. I remember there came a point where my school dress wouldn't even button at the top because they grew quite fast. It was actually the first thing that got big when I started gaining weight. So because I know that there's a lot of people that pay a lot of money for these, so the fact that I have them naturally, it's like... Second question is, how old are you really? That question annoys me. That is why I have stopped asking people that question. It annoys me. I don't, because I feel like when you ask me how old I am, it's the same as asking me, what do you do for a living? It's almost as though it's a measure of how you want to perceive me and how you choose to rate me and judge me and which box you want to put me on, which category. And I don't give people the opportunity, or rather the information they need to put me with you. I want the content of my character. I want my ethics. I want positive things to reflect how you choose to see me. I don't want to give you the facts of me, and then before even analyzing what I have done and who I am as a person, you just judge based off that. So I feel like age, people judge based on that. You know, your occupation, people judge you based on that. It's like, oh, okay, she's a pilot, well, I'm gonna have a bit more respect for her, instead of saying, let me not even find out what she does, let me see what kind of person she is. Oh, okay, she's kind of cool. What do you do for a living? You're a pilot? Even better. So you already, measured me, and then after finding out what I do, it was a cherry on top. So when it comes to that question of how old are you, I don't like it, and I do not respond to it. I choose for you to look at me and make your own decision. I'm not going to give you facts about my life so that you can choose where you place me. Honestly, like, I'm being for real. How did you get confident to post your boobs? I am 23, but I'm already size 42F. It's so painful because I even avoid going out since people always ask on why I have such huge titties. All right, Alice, I'm gonna answer the first question. How did you get confidence to post your boobs? I got confidence to post my boobs because they are mad pretty. They don't sag, they are firm. As a matter of fact, it's definitely genetics because my mom, she's in her 50s, and the other time I was looking at her and they looked so good, like they were still supple, they were still firm. Like, so why not celebrate and showcase what God has blessed me with, right? So that's how I got the confidence, knowing that a bunch of people are paying for these. I got them for free from my godly, my my almighty creator. So that's how I got the confidence. I'm 23, but I'm already size 42F. So painful because I even avoid going out. Listen, apparently these can cause medical issues. Apparently people get back problems. Apparently they have certain problems that having big boobs is just like limiting for them, and so they end up taking the breast reduction route. I also think a lot of people do breast reduction because they want to fit in with the new aesthetics. Today's aesthetics is small boobs, small waist, big hips, big ass. So at the top, I think it's popular to look like a 10-year-old boy, and at the bottom look like a fully grown woman. And so unfortunately, a lot of women look at themselves and judge themselves instead of being like, okay, I'm different, I'm gonna embrace what is actually different about me when it comes to other people. So you cannot try to compare yourself with other people and try to fit in. I think that your boobs need to be what makes you different, unless of course you're having back problems and you're having medical issues that you feel like if you reduce them they would get better. It is all a personal experience, a personal decision, but I do believe that you need to do what's best for you without the influence of other people, because they are not you, they are not living your life, they don't know how it feels like to carry these. So in future, when they ask you why do you have such huge boobs, say because God spent time on me. He spent so much time on me, he didn't want me wasting my money on other cosmetic procedures, that he took time on me. Or don't even answer at all. You're not obligated to answer these people, because that's another thing. You don't know where that question is coming from. Is it coming from a good place of genuinely being curious? Why do you have such big boobs? What the heck? Actually, that's a stupid question. That's like asking somebody, why are you dark skin or why are you light skin? You were blessed, you were born with them. How am I supposed to answer that? Genetics? That's a stupid question. I don't think anyone would appreciate being asked, why do you have such a small doo? Hi everyone, so this is just a continuation of the get to know me tag. So I'm going to continue reading some of the questions that you guys sent to me via my Instagram. Which country would you relocate to? Oh my gosh. Whew. And I could use some of that. Hey, just a new scenery, different vibe, different energy. But if I was held at gunpoint and I had to choose somewhere practical, just for experience, because I like the beach and I've never been to that part of the world, I want to say Miami, Florida. Why do OnlyFans? I need a glass of water for this. I decided to join OnlyFans. Actually, it started as a joke back in 2017 or 2018, with a friend. Decided to create an account and I decided to put it out there, and I kind of forgot about it. I never posted it. I just didn't care for it. Like, I wasn't completely there, but at that time I really needed money, but I just started the account as a joke, and then 2019 COVID hit. Things got tough financially. I automatically took on the role of, a breadwinner essentially, and I found myself having to figure out what I was gonna do next. And mind you, before that, for years after high school, I've been, before social media, before like internet, well, not before social media, I'm from this generation, but at the beginning things were done manually. You would have to go to the shops and submit your CV. I never did this whole thing of submitting online. I literally remember fresh out of high school going to the mall and handing out my CV. That's how hungry I was, and never getting a call back, and never, trying to put myself through school, and then not affording textbooks, and dropping out. And so COVID hits. I'm like, oh snap! I've got an OnlyFans account. Let me see what that's about. $500 just chilling though. Oh, like, really? Okay, this is okay. This is something, And so that's when I kind of started doing it for real. And yeah, I did it because times were hard financially, and I automatically took on the breadwinner role, and I blame nobody for that. I am not a victim. I believe that certain things that occur in our lives had to happen for you to grow a pair. And so, it is what it is. That's what was available to me at that time. And so I grabbed it with both hands, and till this day, that is what I'm still doing as one of my sources of income. Would you fall for a broke boy if the efforts seemed legit? Listen, one thing I am not is materialistic. Oh my gosh. For me, the definition of wealth is the content of your character, the way that you treat other people, the way that you make other people feel. How much of yourself are you willing to sacrifice for the betterment of somebody else? Are you kind? Are you loving? Are you thoughtful? For me, those are the things that just boof, because I've been with rich men. Okay. I mean, the reason why I went to Dubai in the first place was because I was starting to see the world on a whole different perspective. I've been around serious wealth where things I think are worthy for them was pocket change. I've been around that environment, and yet the personalities and the attitudes were completely gross, devaluing, emotionally draining, and and so for me, it is not about the bank balance. It's really about the contents of your character. Of course, I need you to be able to fulfill the basics. I mean, take me out, for a date. We don't have to go to a 5-star restaurant, but the initiative to dress up as a man and take a girl out, financially handling everything, it shows that you are making an effort and that you care about me. So I'm not calculating your net worth to see, oh, this is how much he's worth. For me, it's more about the efforts. And I think realistically, let's just be honest, I feel like it would be difficult for a girl to be in a relationship with someone who can't do the basic things that she can do for herself. Right now, when I look at my bank account, I'm capable of taking myself on a trip to Cape Town or Dubai. I am capable of providing myself a decent meal. I'm capable of going to the makeup shop and getting myself a few, makeup products. I'm able to go buy a few cute lingerie items, whatever little stuff that I feel like I can do myself. I feel like in order for me to be with a compatible person, he needs to sort of kind of be able to do those things, or at least meet me halfway. But for me, honestly, personality outweighs the financial aspect of things that people are so obsessed about today. And someone might listen to this and be like, oh, she is such a pick me. Yeah, she's a pick me. But if you pay attention to people that initially and only got into relationships because the guy had a lot of money, a lot of the times they are being abused in some kind of way. Nothing is for free in this world. There's a way that she's paying. She might not broadcast it, but there's a way that she's paying. If the main reason that drove her into that relationship is his bag, there's a way that she's paying, you know. And so I just think that the content of a person's character and taking the initiative as a man to show me that you actually care and are willing to put in the effort to put a smile in my face, for me, they outweigh if you drive a Bugatti and if you live in a penthouse in Dubai, right? You know, but just because a man has money doesn't mean that he's gonna give it to you. That's another thing. People think that, oh, just because somebody has money, oh, automatically I'm in a good position. No, a lot of the people with money that I know, they are stingy as heck. How do you think they got rich? That your energy is contagious. From the way that you dress to the way that you speak, the way that you carry yourself, it is contagious. And so if you're gonna approach me with the mentality that you are broke, that you don't have anything, you have nothing to offer to this world, that alone is a big turn off. I don't want to come across a guy who is a victim of his circumstances and portrays his victimhood, because automatically that feels as though I'm going to be carrying a burden of what you think you lack. And so attitude is very important. The fact that you asked me this question, I am assuming you kind of want to mag on me, and you know that you probably, you know, I'm way out of your league, right? But the fact that you have the mindset that you're not good enough for me, the fact that you think you're broken, you're beneath me, automatically that's what puts you beneath there. It's all about your mindset. It's all about how you choose to move and how you know, because unfortunately people will never respect you until you respect yourself. That's how the world is. So if you're gonna come to a girl like myself, or any girl for that matter, on my level or higher, and you have this mentality that, oh, I'm a broke boy, I hope that you, automatically that's a no. Question I get is, what does the perfect man look like for you? Baby, is there perfect in this world? Because honey, oh my gosh, there's no such thing. Ooh, there's no such thing. For me, the closest to perfection a man can be for me is a man that is aware of his demons, a man that is aware of his toxicity and things that he really needs to work on, acknowledges the existence of those things and is willing to work on them. For me, that is perfection, because you know yourself, you've analyzed yourself, you are self-aware, and you are aware that, oh yeah, this is a bad trait and I need to work on it. You don't move with, oh no, I'm perfect, I'm this, you know. Whenever somebody accuses you of something, oh, deny, victim, you take charge of your crap. For me, that is close to perfection. Being self-aware and actually actively willing to do something about it to improve yourself. Same how I be, you know, watching these random interviews where girls are asked, what do you rate yourself from 1 to 10? And a girl would be like, I'm a 10, I'm a straight up 10. Or a guy would be like, I'm a 10, I'm a straight up. For me, that is not realistic. No one is a 10. And the fact that you think you're a 10 is a turn off, because you think there's no room for improvement. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Everyone's got something that they need to work on. And so for me, anything close to perfection is acknowledging your demons, acknowledging that they are there, and that it's something that you need to work on. What's your happiest childhood memory? Ooh. Wow. When I didn't have to pay bills. Happiest childhood memory, when I was not aware of how cruel the world can be. I miss that innocence. I miss the innocence of it all. How are you feeling presently? Whew. Grateful. I'm grateful. I'm feeling gratitude that you guys cared enough to take your time to send me questions. I'm feeling gratitude that I get to sit in the comfort of my own home and answer these questions. I'm alive, I'm awake, I can breathe, I can speak, I can talk, I can walk, I can smell. I'm happy for the little things. Like, I'm truly grateful in this very moment. I know that life could be way worse than it is now, and so I move with the spirit of gratitude. Thank you for asking. What makes you feel fulfilled? Giving back to others, definitely. That feels a hole inside of me. You know, yeah, sure, I need to go to therapy to observe why I do that, and if I'm doing it for external validation or internal validation, I still need to understand why sometimes I tend to give more than I should at that time. But definitely that is one of the main things that I've done that makes me feel like, okay, there's a reason why I'm here, there's a reason why I'm doing this. Putting someone through school, paying for someone's, education, or feeding them, whatever the case may be, it just makes me feel fulfilled and that I have a purpose in this world outside of myself. Alright, cool. I'm gonna end with this one. Kim, you are such a wonderful person, judging from your pictures. Keep up the good work. As much as I appreciate this compliment, well, firstly, thank you, and I appreciate this. However, do not move with what you see. Do not do that. That's how you get trapped with a lot of stuff. Do not judge someone's character based on what you see. Listen, remember, the things that we post online are the things that we choose to show you. I do not film myself when I'm going through a panic attack. I do not film myself when I'm having one of my bitch moments and I'm being mean to someone. I don't film myself when I kind of want to off myself. I don't film myself when I want to give up. And so yes, it's great that you feel that I'm good in that way, but try not to judge someone's character based on what they put out. But I appreciate the compliment.